Hello, I wanted to do this video, you guys, about foundation, and it's not as intensive as I would like it to be, but it's a start. It's a start for me, and I'm sure it's a start for some other people who are women of color. And if you're a woman of color, you understand the immense difficulty it is in finding the right shade for you. Even if you're not a person of color, it can be very tricky. But when you're a person of color, that's magnified like 50 times, because we're starting to try to find things in an industry that was not created for us, even though we've been wearing makeup as long as everybody else has, because we were the minority in a certain sense. Nobody was developing those colors for us, or even trying to find out and discover how our skin works, until they realize, hey, you know, they have money too. So they're understanding how lucrative it is to have products and lines that have our tones in them. I wanted to discuss some of the, well, one of the most popular ones for African Americans, which is MAC. Primarily because I own some MAC. I don't own any Bobbi Brown, but that's another one that I've heard of. But I wanted to discuss the differences that one person, myself, can encounter in shades with just my face alone. Okay, I use Laura Geller in the wintertime, because a lot of times in the winter your face lightens because you're not exposed to an intense sunlight as you are in the summertime. So my face will lighten up, so I use Laura Geller in the wintertime. Then I purchased some MAC, and my shade is NW45. Let me show you the MAC, because I know that's a place that a lot of people can reference. This is my NW45. Okay? A little better, right? In a lot of my videos, the first couple of ones that you see, I used the MAC as my foundation. Okay? And it works. It does work. But what I noticed was that my face was browner than what I recognized my face to be. Even though it worked, and it blended with my neck, and it worked on my skin, and it didn't make me look ghostly or ghastly or give me a different face, I still noticed the difference in the tint, that it wasn't really my true hue that I'm accustomed to looking at when I look in the mirror. So I was like, well, I'm liking this makeup, I'm feeling it, you know. It's heavy duty, it's an industrial kind of makeup, so I learned how to use moisturizer as a barrier and everything, so that it was working for me, and I was rocking it for a while. And then I had used Laura Geller before I even bought MAC. Let me show you Laura Geller. This is what the case looks like. This is her Balance and Bronze, okay? And this is what it looks like. It's baked makeup that's swirled, okay? So you swirl this around and you place it on. That also works. It gives you a nice brightened look. It's a sheer kind of coverage, but if you put on more, it will cover more. But it just kind of like brightens up my face, and it gives me a certain kind of look that I like, and it works. It works for my color. But the foundation that I really, really enjoy, and I'm going to go back to the MAC counter to see if they have this hue. Okay, this is the hue that I'm looking for, is the CoverGirl Natural Hue Minerals. You notice how they use that word too, because there's a difference in just color. It's the hue, it's your undertones. You gotta look at your face and kind of discover. Most times for us it's by trial and error, unless you happen to be with a professional makeup artist who's skilled. You know, sometimes you go to the counter, they know some information, but they're not always skilled enough to tell you you've got yellow undertones, you've got red undertones, you know, you've got gold undertones. My skin happens to be a combination of gold, a little red, okay, but it's not red. Like, I can't wear Fashion Fair makeup. I know I'm going off on a tangent, excuse me. Fashion Fair is very red. But I know I have some red in my face, but then I have these gold tones, undertones, and yellow undertones, and it's like a combination. Very frustrating, until I found the CoverGirl, y'all. And this is what my hue looks like. I'll try to get that closer. I don't want it to do that yellowing thing. That's what it looks like, okay? What I did was I swatched on a white piece of paper those 3 foundations that I just showed you, okay? So you can see side by side the difference. Although they might be a similar, in the same family, the hue is enough of a difference to give your face a different kind of look, okay? So this is the swatch of them side by side, okay? So the one in the far left, that's the MAC, right? The one in the middle is the CoverGirl, okay? And then the one in the far side right here, that's the Laura Geller. Do you see the differences in the hues? Now the MAC and the CoverGirl are kind of close. Remember, the CoverGirl's in the middle. Yet there's a difference in the hue. That MAC is a lot browner, okay, and more red, and the CoverGirl's got a goldness in it. It's got a gold caramel inside it, and that is very easy for me to see that gold caramel inside of that CoverGirl, as opposed to the MAC, which is more browny red. The Laura Geller is kind of close to your eye. It's like, wow, that's really pink. It's got pink in it, but it's got enough brown in it to work on my face and not look really odd. Okay, that's where that brightening is coming in. So I wear all 3 of these. I can wear these, okay, but they're all different. The hues are all different. And for me, this CoverGirl, this is the hue I was looking for, because it picks up on the caramel and the gold in my face. It picks up on that goldenness that's inside my face. The MAC, that shade, did not pick up those golds. It covered them, and it picked up more on the browns in my face. So it kind of covered up that goldness that I liked that was in my face. And I was looking, and I noticed, I said, that's not really me. You know, when I take this off, there's somebody else there. But when I put on this CoverGirl, it's like, okay, that's it. I'm right there with y'all, ladies. It's hard finding that shade, but when you do, okay, I'm gonna take this back to MAC and say, show me what y'all have that is as close to this as you can get. I don't want red. I want that gold that's in here. I want that. And I'm gonna make them swatch it out for me on that piece of paper so I can look, because now I know what I'm looking for. This is the bomb, y'all. Drugstore, $7.99. Go try her whole collection out. She got liquid, she got pressed powder, and she has the minerals. They last all day. I don't have a problem. I haven't broken out. Really, really nice. So that's my little talk on foundation. I hope it was helpful. But then don't give up. It's taken me years of not wearing foundation, years of mixing stuff together, years of just throwing some translucent powder on and running. So, I mean, trial and error. You will find it. It's a lot better now than it used to be when I first started wearing makeup. So don't give up. And I'll talk to you guys soon.